What's up, guys? So this last week or so has been a bit of a roller coaster of emotions regarding the Project Miata. I basically thought it had a blown head gasket, had a dead miss on number 4, and was definitely burning coolant. Like, the smell of coolant burning off is pretty distinctive. It's kind of sweet and chemical smelling. You know, if you put it like this, if you've ever smelled burning coolant, you definitely know when you are smelling burning coolant. And I was smelling burning coolant. So, combination of a misfire on a cylinder and burning coolant, I was like, well, my new motor has a blown head gasket, obviously. That kind of sucks, but oh well. So, I started to pull the cylinder head off and fix it, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna, like, it's not really making a whole lot of sense, so I'm just gonna kind of see what happens if I mess with it, you know? So I pulled it outside, and I cranked it up, and I got in it, and I just drove it around the block a couple of times, and well, hold on, let me back up a little bit. So, I figured out basically that my number 4 spark plug wire was bad, or at least seemed to be bad, or seated wrong or something. I don't really know what the hell it was because I put multiple different number 4s on it just to rule that out. But I replaced it with yet another one, actually the one off my 96 Miata, and the miss mostly went away. It had like a slight misfire in it, but usually a junkyard motor is gonna have some kind of misfire like that. Just from sitting for a while until everything kind of clears out of it. And it seemed more like that. It wasn't a dead miss, like I had a cylinder that was completely doing nothing. So that fixed that. So then I pulled it out and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna drive it and see what happens, because if it does have a blown head gasket, like I checked the oil, I checked the coolant, they weren't mixing. So I wasn't worried about messing up the bearing, so I just drove it. And within about a block or so, the misfire started to go away and the smoke got a little bit less, but I was still concerned. I came back, checked everything again, was like, screw it, basically nothing to lose at this point, except for a couple of dollars worth of coolant, and just went and drove it some more, and it completely cleared up. It's not smoking at all. My best theory is that I know that the motor that was in it when I bought it, the blown motor that I took out, I know that it did, for sure, have a blown head gasket, because I pulled the spark plugs out and turned it over when I first got it just to see what they meant by a blown motor. Is it locked up, you know? And it shot a geyser of coolant out of the number 3 spark plug hole. So my best guess is that that motor, which legitimately was burning coolant because of a blown head gasket, had just basically filled and coated the exhaust with coolant. So, sorry, I actually had to stop the video because Amazon was bringing me an upper shifter boot for the Miata. So yeah, at any rate, I forgot how to light too. I don't know if that'll make it better or worse, who cares? No one watches these, it doesn't matter, none of this matters. At any rate, so I think my best guess is that I just had the misfortune of having a misfire because of multiple bad plug wires on the same cylinder, and then the presence of burning coolant from the old motor, which led me to believe that my new motor was burning coolant. But the good news is, after a lot of stressing about it and doing hours of research and testing and prodding and poking, it seems like the car runs now. I still have some stuff to do before it's like super roadworthy, or I mean, I guess it's roadworthy now, but it's not super comfortable. I just ordered an upper boot for the shifter. That's what tore, like, actually I just tore it the hell in half when I was pulling the transmission out because it was old and dry and cracked and stuff. So I need to replace that. I need to put my NB2 console in. I got to do some trimming where the power window switch goes in. You need to cut the bottom a little bit so that the connector can get to the switch. Otherwise, it's pretty much a bolt in. My driver's side window does not go all the way up. I think there's some level of adjustment to the travel inside the door, but I kind of ran out of time and got busy with actual work stuff. So I've got to take the door panel off, try to make the window go all the way up. While I'm in there, I'm gonna go ahead and put speakers in because I bought those. And then I'm gonna install a CarPlay head unit. And I'm gonna keep driving it on little short trips, maybe put some more gas in it, go drive it to lunch. Probably need to drive it downtown and get the tag on it to be actually legitimate, because it's actually the tag off of my silver Miata. But yeah, so I'm gonna drive it on a few little trips, do a few little things, and then I might get super brave and drive it home one night soon. But it is alive. I even put the hood on. which is very dusty because it's the only part that hasn't been leaned over repeatedly for weeks. But yeah, I'm gonna spray it off and fix those little things on the interior to make it a little bit more of a comfortable drive, and then kind of start going through it. So we'll see. Should be doing some cool stuff soon. I guess that's all for now. Later.